The sound that we hear is not the sound which is referred here. Om is the origin of the universe. The Omkara is said to be the Pranava Swarupa, Shabda Swarupa of Brahman. And therefore, space has that sound already. But what we hear is only through the help of the air. So, sound doesn't travel. The Om sound doesn't travel. Om is the constant presence. What we hear in the form of a sound is what we hear through the ears. Let me put another example. Are you all breathing?
Yes.
From where is it coming?
Space.
It's already there in space. You breathing does not mean you are bringing the... Therefore, when you are breathing, only air is moving.
No.
So, Kohe Vanya Atka Pranyat Eda Akasha Ananto Nasyat. The air is already there in the space, and when you breathe, prana, you do take it as a prana. Pranyade idi pranihi. Because you breathe, you are referred as, or all of us are referred as prani. Because we take prana. But prana is there even without you doing it, anything. It's already there. Similarly, the sound is already there. But what we hear is with the help of the air. Yeah. So then how can we evolve from seeing the elements as gross to seeing or feeling Brahman in all elements? See, it is said in the Upanishad mantra, Tasmatva etasmat akasha sambodha. Tasmat etasmat. That twice it is used. Tasmat means therefore. Etasmat means from this. Etasmat brahmanaha, from Brahman, akasha sambodha. Why we say from Brahman space has begun? Reason is yata karanam tata karyaha. Karanat karya vyaktitvat. As per the cause, so will be the effect. The effect cannot have a different quality than the cause. I cannot take a gold and make a mud pot. Gold alone can bring golden pot. Mud alone can bring mud pot. So that means if what we can see is, what we can understand is only space as of now, because that's what you're asking, what we can perceive is only elements. So even space is difficult to comprehend. Why it is so? Because akasha na akaraha. Akashasya akar nahi yoga. No form is there. So how do you know there is space? Space is there because all others are included in space. Avakasham dadati iti akasha. That which gives space for everything is called space. Can you see the space between you and the other person? What is there? Nothing, you say. No, space is there. You cannot say nothing is there. So Bhagavan Krishna says, Bhumirapo nalo vayuhu kammano buddhirevacha ahankara idiyamme binna prakriti ashtata. I have 8 aspects of my lower prakriti, starting from earth, bhumi, apaha, analaha, vayuhu, kham, buddhi, manaha, ahankara. These are the 8 aspects of God, which are lower nature. Apareyam idastvanyam prakritim vidhi me param jiva bhuta mahabhaho yayedam daryate jagat. My higher nature is jiva. Jiva is subtler than space. Consciousness is subtler than space because consciousness knows space, whereas space doesn't know consciousness. Therefore, my lower prakriti is known, the higher prakriti is the knower. So that is why in Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, in Drigdirsha Viveka, Rupam Drishyam Lochanam Drik. रूप दृश्य होता है, लोचन दृक होता है. Meaning, form is seen and eyes are the seer. Object is seen, eyes are the seer of the object. The object cannot see the subject. जो दृश्य है वो दृक को नहीं देख सकता है, नहीं जान सकता है. That means what is perceived do not know the perceiver. So the whatever is seen, rupam, drishyam, seen. Lochanam, drik. Eyes are the seer. Tadrishyam. Lochanavapi drishyam. Draktu manasam. Mind is the seer. So eyes I know through what? Through the mind. So mind becomes a seer, eyes become the seen. Clear? So then drishya drivrittayaha. Even the thoughts in the buddhi are known. Drishya drivrittayaha. Sakshi drik. And consciousness is the seer. Again, through thoughts you cannot know the consciousness. Sakshi drigeva natu drishyate. The seer is finally, the ultimate seer cannot be seen. Meaning, the gross can be known by the subtle, and the subtle cannot be known by the gross. So, space is that which is the effect and which is the cause. The Brahman, which is formless, is the cause for the formful space. Even though the space cannot be seen, but it must have some kind of a existence. And therefore, space is also a created being. But the creator of the space is not knowable by any other means. All right. Therefore, consciousness is that which accommodates everything, even space. Bhagavan Krishna says, Yatakasha stito nityam vayu sarvatra go maham tada sarvani bhutani matstani iti upadare. Meaning, just like the air which goes everywhere stays in space, within space, it cannot go beyond that. So too, all living beings exist in me. So, since we are trying to use sense organs and the mind to understand Brahman, through that you cannot. Atindriya vastu vishayatvat, because it's being beyond the senses. And therefore, the Atman can be known as me, the consciousness. Aparoksha swarupena jnayate. as me as Pratyagatma Rupena Nyayate, is known as one's own self and cannot be known as external form. And therefore, everything remains in him. Therefore, he, one who includes everything, in that way he will be known. So feeling Brahman in all elements mean all elements are in that Brahman. Just like all things are in space, even though you don't know it, you don't see it. Clear? If it is not clear, that is called Vedanta. My responsibility is my ability to respond. That is my responsibility. See, every ashrama has got some do's and don'ts. So Brahmachari ashrama has also got do's and don'ts. What are the do's? That a student life is when one should not live like a householder. ये पहली बात है. Meaning, one should not live like a husband or wife while one is a student. Because that responsibility is later. So, what is the Pradama Lakshya of a Brahmacharya? Brahmacharya, in the olden age, Brahmacharya itself is a Pradama Lakshya. Live in self-control and listen to the teacher, reflect on it, study, understand, practice. That is what a Brahmachari is expected to do while he is in the Brahmacharya ashram. In today's world, it is all changed. But as a student, what is the priority of a student? Study. Balastavat krida sakta. When the child is small, it can do all the play, etc. But then when the student life starts, study is very important. Even when it comes to game, nowadays, even that you have to be very studying only. I'm learning, I'm going for karate class. Which belt? What do you mean which belt? I just do the hands more. No, you have to go from belt to black belt to whatever, brown and red and green and whatever. Why? Because it's the stages of growth, right? Even if you say I'm learning, I'm playing tennis, okay? Then there also there is gradation. So there also learning is there, no? Any learning process is student. You cannot say I'm playing, I'm not going anywhere, I'm just every day going to play. Then it is not. So in the student's life, everything is a learning. Even going music class, then which stage you are in, it is also learning. Dance, then it's also learning. In student's life is only for learning. All right. That is the responsibility of a student ashrama, or what you call Brahmacharya ashrama. Then comes the Grihastha ashrama. Then the student is now responsible for Artha and Kama. Meaning earning wealth and progeny. Earning wealth, which includes later on marrying and then progeny. And then procreation, it should not become recreation. Procreation is for recreation. Procreation is for, said in Taitri Upanishad, Prajatantum na vyavachhetsihi. Do not cut the Prajatantu, the lineage of creating the intelligent children and educating them. That tantu, that very lineage, thread, na vyavachheda, don't cut it. So that means as a householder, one has to live and earn money and enjoy the life with the wife and bring the good children to the world, educate them. That is considered as the responsibility. Also, a grihastha has to support two ashramas. He has to support brahmacharya and sannyas ashram, because both of them are not earning members of the society. A brahmachari also doesn't earn. A sannyasi also doesn't earn. So therefore, one must have enough, one must give support to the students as well as renunciates. That is the responsibility of a grihastha. Okay. Then comes vanaprastha. Vanaprastha is where you retire from your professional life, but not retire from life. Because you're not ready for that. So when you are retiring from your professional life, then your social life and spiritual life should take precedence. Become more useful to the world around you, because you have more time now, and give your expertise in whichever field you are, and also help people around you to the extent you can. And also spend your time in enhancing your spiritual knowledge and practices. And that is very important stage where you develop greater shraddha, bhakti, and yoga. That is the stage of grihastha, vanaprastha ashram. And in that stage of life, you are not to get involved too much into grihastha ashram. Meaning, having given birth to your children and having the children get educated, after they become independent people who are living according to their own means, you leave it. Now, it is their life and they do it. Then you just don't need to worry about that. If they don't make it, they don't make it. That's all it is. So you don't need to sit and worry about that. So that is a stage where you detach yourself from the worldly things, but at the same time be useful to the service, so society around you, and also seek the spiritual guidance from sannyasis. So when it comes to sannyas ashrama, the grihastha should approach the sannyasin for how to abide in dharma. That should be the question, right? As Arjuna also asked was question. What question he asked? Dharma sammuda chetaha aham. Mujhe dharma ka marg batao. Mujhe, I'm not able to understand. So पहले भगवान ने उसको धर्म का मार्ग दिखाया. So he has to know what is dharma. In the grihastha ashrama, that is important. Though Arjuna was eager to take sannyasa, Krishna did not allow him. No, pehle dharma karo. So in the grihastha ashrama, when a grihastha goes to a sannyasin, he should not ask, how do I take sannyas? अरे पहले गृहस्थ बन के ठीक से जियो. First you better live properly, then we'll think about it later. When it comes to vanaprastha ashrama, ask him about how to become vairagi, how to detach. At that time, don't ask grihastha questions. I am 65, how to live a grihastha life? What? What did you do all these years? So now you have to ask the question how to detach yourself. वैराग्य के बारे में आप पूछना. So now that is in the case of vanaprastha. Then when it comes to sannyasin, really speaking, there is no duties or responsibilities prescribed for a sannyasi, because that belongs to only those who have desire in their heart. Where there is desire, there is responsibility. Right? Because desire can be obtained through irresponsible means also. A dharmic way also you can get wealth and money and name, fame, etc. So therefore, in the Grihastha Brahmacharya and Vanaprastha there are disciplines बताए. Sannyas ashram में कोई discipline नहीं बताए. Even then, there are disciplines. In the sense, one sannyasi should not be living like a grihastha. पैसा कमाना वो उसका धर्म नहीं है. So where he must engage in shastra adhyayanam, adhyapanam, mananam, tata dhyanam. So there are two kinds of sannyasa said in these shastras. Naishtika, what called Vividisha sannyasa and Vidvat sannyasa. In Vividisha sannyasa, where most of us in Chinmaya Mission and many other such institutions are, we are all called Vividisha sannyasi. Vividisha means Vetum Icha Vividisha. Desire to learn. So we have taken sannyas to learn exclusively Shastra. So we are given sannyasa not to go into some Himalayas and sit there in a corner. No. Daily Shastra Dhyana, study of scriptures, Adhyapanam, teaching of the scriptures, all those things are given, upasanas, all that. So that is my routine also. So my routine includes daily upasanas, meditation, Shastra Adhyanam, Shastra Adhyapanam. So study and then share the knowledge, meditation, puja, etc. That is the daily routine that I have. And also, along with that, I have the institution has to run. So various meetings and administrative work. Those are all there, guiding the people who are actually doing the work and making sure that all activities are properly conducted with the principle of correct, moral and ethical values and giving them the direction to do things rightly. And then those who have any questions or any other concerns in their life, just to talk to them and try to give them some guidance. That is the responsibility. Or travel to places to give the dharma prachar, jnana prachar. So this is, and then vidvat sannyasa means sannyas taken up after the attainment of samadhi, attainment of higher plane of realization. That is very rare. Vidvat sannyasa is very rare. People who have reached the highest stage, even without taking sannyasa, but they were able to obtain that with the grace of God and their own sadhana, and then take up sannyas, which is very rare. So most of us belong to Vividisha sannyas, where we take up only to spend time exclusively in study. That answers your questions. Sannapya sanyapya vyatmikano, binnapya binnapya vyatmikana, sangyapya anangapya vyatmikano, mahadbhuta. The Maya is anirvachaniya. It's not easy to understand. So it is said, it is anga of Brahman, sa anga. Sa anga means Brahmana anga. Why? Because without Brahman it cannot stay. My hand cannot exist without me. Can it? Can it end? Can it be? Can my hand stay without me? No. So Maya has no independent existence without Brahman. So therefore, it has to be anga of Brahman. Gunatita Swarupo hi Atma. Correct? Guna Atita or Nirguna Swarupo hi Atma. But Maya to Trigunatmika. Correct? So kahan se guna aa gaya? Right? That is your possibly the next question you will have. If it's a part of Brahman and Brahman doesn't have qualities, where does the quality come from to Maya? So it is said, when it is explained in Sankhyan philosophy, basically Vedanta has taken the concept of guna from Sankhyan. And Sankhyan philosophy had very clearly explained the nature of the variety of the world. Vedanta has taken the philosophy of Sankhyan only to explain the world. For Sankhyans do not accept the existence of Brahman. They are called Anishwaravadin. Uska Ishwar ka vaad nahi hai. Sankhyan philosophy does not accept God. Sankhyan philosophy accepts only Purusha and Prakriti, two aspects. So, but the Vedanta does not accept fully what Sankhyans have done in their conclusion, but their analysis of the world is very appealing. Therefore, the Sankhyan philosophy, which explains the nature of the world in terms of classifying everything with Sattva, Raja, and Tamoguna, is accepted by Vedanta. That is the nature of Prakriti, Maya. While Sankhyans believe Prakriti by itself has got all the gunas, it is not borrowed. Prakriti means gunas. Whereas the Brahmavadins or the Vedantins, since they consider Maya as part of Brahman, that should not be misunderstood as the gunas came from Brahman. So then, where do the guna originate from? It's a good question. Now you see, if I am, this is the example which you all know, and again I have to reiterate this point. When I mistake a rope to be a snake, the qualities of the snakes belong to the rope or not? The snake is deadly, it has fangs, it has poison. The rope also has that. Is it? Is she saying yes? Jata is saying yes, rope has got a poison, it has a fang. Hey?
Swamiji, we think it is at that point.
So, when I project the idea of snake on the rope, the qualities of snake does not belong to the rope. But without the rope, there cannot be any snake, because the support of the snake is the rope. I'm not seeing the snake somewhere in the sky. I'm seeing there on the floor. In the floor, there is a rope. I'm mistaking it to be a snake. So I cannot see the snake without the rope. But I don't know the rope. Therefore, I'm seeing the snake. Similarly, even though qualities such as Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas belong to Maya, but it appears to be coming from Brahman, though it is not. Therefore, where do these three gunas exist? आपके दृष्टि में है. यथा दृष्टि सदा सृष्टि. So, Paramarthika standpoint, from the standpoint of Brahman, Maya है ही नहीं है. ये मिथ्या रूप है. But from the standpoint of the world, Brahman is a support. See, if a person is looking at the rope as the snake, and he says there is snake here. So I, who is seeing the rope, I ask him, where do you see the snake? There. He's pointing out a rope. Okay. Is it the snake for you? Yes. Because I have understood that he has mistaken. Right. So I say, it is not there. You are mistaking it. No, I can see it. It has a fang. It is poisonous. All the qualities that he is talking about is according to his standpoint of his first mistake called snake. The moment he realizes that it is a rope, then I ask you, where is the qualities of the snake that you saw? He has to admit that because of the imagination of the snake, he had also imagined the qualities of the snake also. In the same way, even though we are actually living and breathing and existing in Brahman, we see it only as the world. Because we are standing at the point where we are seeing only the world, therefore those qualities of the world which are variety has to be explained, and that explanation is in the form of Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. Easy to understand, distinguish them. So, therefore, Brahman has an anga of Maya. Maya is the anga of Brahman. This is the sa anga. But Brahman has parts? No. Brahman is not having any particular, because anything that has parts is subject to break, subject to become ananga. So since he does not have any part at all, Brahman cannot be divided into many parts. Like I have a hand and the leg and the head, etc. These are all angas. Does the Brahman have this kind of different angas? No. Then how do you say that Maya is anga? No, ananga. It is not part of Brahman. Because it cannot be, really speaking, it cannot be part of Brahman. So, Sanga, Pyananga, Vyatmikano. So, it is not either part of Brahman, nor it is not part of the Brahman. It is not part, it is part of the Brahman so long as you understand as the cause of the creation. When you come to understand the absolute nature of Brahman, it cannot be part of Brahman. Therefore, Mithya Rupatvat Anirvachaniya. Because of the nature of being illusion, it is indescribable. That is the reason it is Sanga, Ananga, both. See, Samya Avastha is said to be the balanced nature of Prakriti. So, the creation begins only when the balance is disturbed. In Bhagavatam, there is explanation on that. How the imbalance of the Prakriti makes the creation. And it is of the same nature, all of them are in the same degree of existence, there is no creation. This is again, to explain creation, there is a Samya Avastha and Asamya Avastha. There is a stage of balance and there is a stage of imbalance. Yeah. Because again, from the Srishti standpoint only, if it is from this standpoint of creation, we have to explain in that way. And Vedantin can explain anything. Because finally they'll come to Mithya only anyways.